7, as I mentioned just before, Sam Smith, that I would be joined by 3 of the candidates. It was going to be 6. It's now 3 of the candidates for the Student Union election for Vice President of Community and Events, and they're here to chat about their policies, their manifesto, etc., and why you should vote for them. Community and events, obviously, a very important factor of university life. So first of all, I'm joined by Amy Christophers. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm very good. I think producer Jake's just going to run over there and adjust your microphone because you're a little bit quiet. So while he does that, I shall... are we good? There we go. Okay. Amy, good afternoon. You're right.
Yep.
Good. Can you tell us a little bit, about your policies then?
Yep. I've decided to run for this position because I want to make sure that students have a great time at uni and really feel part of the community around them. I've been involved with many aspects of the Students' Union for the past 2 years, working with the Freshers Welcome team and the RAG committee. I feel that my involvement with the RAG committee has allowed me to gain experience planning events and working with the city. So I've already got a few connections there. I want to work with halls of residence and plan to develop the experience of students in halls by engaging in their opinion whenever possible, helping them get student jobs and other things like that. That's one of my key policies. Another one is to ensure that the Student Union achieves its charitable objectives, so pushing the volunteering schemes, using RAG to work alongside that as well. And my final policy is to develop the effectiveness of the union's events programme, so working with Freshers Week and then continuing to plan events throughout the rest of the year as well.
Right, yeah, okay. I do, obviously, when I've been looking through different manifestos, I have been noticing that Freshers is an important part of it, and there's been a lot of mention of Freshers. The halls of residence particularly interested me in terms of what you would do there. That is an important transition for people coming into the university. So what kind of things would you make available to that?
I think I'd work alongside them, giving them any advice and support that they might need to engage themselves with the new community around them. So if they need to find a new job when they come to uni, or any other advice that they might need with events that are going on around in the community, I'd help them with that.
Would you do that yourself, or would you have some sort of a team?
I think I'd need to gather a team, so work with some local restaurants or anything like that. It's just like student jobs that are easy, but some might struggle to find.
Sure. Okay, fantastic. That was Amy Christophers, and we'll be coming back to Amy very shortly. Kirsty Patterson. Hello, Kirsty.
Hello.
What about your policies then?
Well, the main reason I'm standing for this is because I love this university, I love this city, and most of all, I love the students that go to this university. I was the captain of the women's rugby team in the 2013-2014 season, which gave me experience with leadership skills. From that, we built up a team. We didn't have a team the previous season, so we built it up from scratch, leading them to victory in both the York St John varsity and the Teesside varsity. Although I'm into sports, I do feel that there's quite a lot of students that don't get included, so I'd like to look at their preferences instead, maybe speak to them, see if we can include them into events.
Yeah, I mean that's quite an important.
I think like international students as well. I think there's a big divide between the events that they go to and the events that the home students go to. So I'd like to kind of, make that, get them together basically.
Yeah. I think you're right, and you do mention that certainly in your manifesto. You want to get more integrated events between international students and home students. I think it's just finding
a common ground between both sets of students basically.
Of course.
And it'll make everyone feel more at home. So yeah, and it's one of my main priorities.
Yeah. Well, again, very, very good indeed. You mentioned in your manifesto as well that you weren't confident at first, like a lot of students who first come to the uni. Rugby helped you with that, and of course getting involved in other organisations. So you yourself, as I guess most students do, know the importance of, you're very shy at first, go out there and join these societies.
I think you gain confidence when you meet like-minded people that enjoy the same things as you.
Of course.
So especially people when they first go into halls, like it's hard to get out at first. So it's making that initial step to get them out, find what they enjoy doing, and helping them get the confidence to actually go forward and do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Well, thank you, Kirsty.
No problem.
We shall move on to Charlotte Connor.
Hi.
Hi there. Charlotte, what about your policies then?
I've got 3 policies. My first one is for events after Freshers Week. So that's in terms of using North Shore and Bonded Warehouse and bringing in things like gigs, like the fine arts sort of aspect, and doing productions with them, or bringing any of the music students and stuff like that. So that way we can bring more students to North Shore and to Bonded Warehouse.
Right.
My second one is to expand university experience, and what I mean by that is networking, getting people involved in local communities, so charities, voluntary experience, anything that's going to benefit them and getting jobs after university. So at the minute, it's not just about getting your degree, it's about getting your degree and what else have you got alongside that. My third one would be being more of a prominent figure within the university. How many people actually know who is in the student union at the minute?
Very good point. I'll be coming back to that later.
Yeah, so if we were more prominent, so if we went to at the start of the year and went into a lecture or went into a meeting or something like that and met people from every single year and were able to connect with them on a personal note, then they would be more confident to come to you with problems. So therefore you could reduce the amount of problems that we have at the university by simply talking to people. So that's what would be my main 3 policies.
Very good. I mean, one of the, in particular, is you make the point that after Freshers, there isn't much else of a follow-up after that. So that is a very interesting area that you're going into with that. I noticed on your manifesto, it says that you're increasing second years, third years, you know, to come back to them and go, okay, we had Freshers.
Yeah.
Let's have maybe another Freshers a few months down the line or whatever, but get people back together.
Yeah.
Because we all know how it works. Freshers, everyone meets up, isn't it happy? But you may never speak to that person again.
Oh yeah.
For the rest of the time. So it is good to get people back again. Yeah. And the networking, of course, is a good way to do it. Right, we've had the introductions from the guys. We're going to come back after a song where we'll be chatting about their policies and about, well, how they're going to carry them out. Stay tuned for that. Seafret and Oceans. This is PMD on Drive on a Tuesday. We're here until 7, and if you've just joined us, we're chatting to 3 of the student union election candidates for Vice President of Community and Events. Here to basically tell you what they're offering. We've got 3 of the candidates here. Have to mention that there are 3 other candidates who weren't available to attend this afternoon. But if you want to see their policies and manifesto, go to sunderlandsu.co.uk. Their details, names, etc. are all up there. So before that wonderful little tunage that we had earlier, I mentioned we were speaking to Amy, Kirsty and Charlotte. I'll come back to you, Amy, if I may. Just about the policies that you said. Again, I'm going to go back to the halls of residence side of things, because I really do think that's a vital area for new students that are coming to the area. So you mentioned you'd make yourself available and maybe a team that would be able to help them out. What kind of resource would be there to help them?
I think it's important that the first year students that come to this university have got all the support that they need. So in terms of getting them out there in the community, showing them around, doing whatever we can to help them get what they want, I think just whatever they need help with, we should be there for them.
And do you think a financial cost would be incurred in that?
Yeah, well, when I said before about helping them get student jobs and stuff, I think that's a big issue with many students. So yeah, that would be an important policy.
So they're kind of interlinked then, aren't they? If you're looking to maybe help them get some employment in the city while they're here, perhaps, networking to do that, which will also benefit them when they first move into their halls of residence, etc. So it's like a cyclical sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And yet you said you networking is important, and you have the contacts to be able to get them out there to maybe to get a job?
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Right, that's smashing. We'll move on to Charlotte. One of your policies is to increase awareness of the student union and to have people recognise who people are, who to go to in times of need or whatever. One thing I will bring up is that we're at St Peter's campus at the moment. very little student union awareness over here, is the consensus.
We do have a students' union over on the city campus, so there over on the St. Peter's campus. So there is people there to help at all times. But there should be a way in order to go to the students' union at city campus and go. I'm saying city, it's St. Peter's. If we go over to St. Peter's campus and go, I really need help from this person. Can you get in contact with them? And they should be able to come over here and discuss with the students, because it's not fair if the students are having to go over to city campus in order to like get the help that they need when they're on St. Peter's all the time. So by bringing the student union members over to St. Peter's, then increases the chances to reduce problems.
Indeed, yeah. Okay, that's very good. So again, another a very important policy there to increase awareness of the student union. On to Kirsty. Kirsty, you were mentioning community ties in particular, and breaking down sort of segregation that's there. You want to integrate. How do you think you would go about integrating international students with home students?
I definitely think we need to find a common ground and maybe encourage everyone to go to the Freshers' Fair. Like, I don't think there's enough promotional background to it. I think maybe people need to be more aware, or even have a second Freshers' Fair, and maybe try and get more societies up and running that will interest everybody. Sure, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, Freshers events, they're big events. I mean, they last a week, 2 weeks. Yeah, but it's finding that niche, which obviously is not an easy task to do, that various people will like. That seems like a lot of research.
I think basically it'll just come down to going around and speaking to people. I'm a very social person. I really enjoy talking to people, getting their ideas. So I would really enjoy the opportunity basically just to go around, see what they want from their university life to ensure that they have the best possible time while they're at Sunderland, basically. Of course,
of course. That's very good. I'm gonna leave it there because we've taken up a lot of your time talking about your different policies, etc. All very worthwhile policies as well. Voting is open. You can visit the Student Union website and vote using your student email. You've heard from 3 of the candidates here this afternoon. That's Charlotte Connor, Amy Christophers and Kirsty Patterson, and you can find all of their details on the website, as I say, and you can find all of their manifestos there. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
High five, guys.